Hi, this is Kamera again. We're on day number 244, Ezekiel 9 through 12. Guys, this Ezekiel, what he's going through, this prophet of God. Yesterday our read was about when God had drew him by the Spirit to the temple of God and saw some detestable things in the temple of God. And it's like, oh my gosh, people of God, seriously? They're in the dark. They're worshiping these idols like God can't see them. Unbelievable. We're talking about the leaders of Israel. And then you had some worshiping the sun, just crazy stuff going on. But get this. Today, God shows in today's reading where he called the men. He says, bring out the men who were appointed to punish these people. Isn't that something? And so what happens is 6 men appear. He tells them to bring their weapons. 6 of them appear with their weapon. And one appears in a linen suit. Linen clothes? Linen suit? Well, he had on linen. And he had a writing case with him. And then God tells him to go out, the man in the linen, to go out and mark everyone's forehead who is sorrowful about what's happening, who's ever grieving or feel bad about what's going on with the way they're treating the temple of God, worshiping these idols, the ones who really feel bad about the detestable sins that are occurring. Mark their foreheads. This is what he tells the man in linen. And then he tells the other 6 with the weapons, go and follow the man in linen, but I want you to kill everyone who does not have the mark. Kill every last one of them, young, old, male, female, doesn't matter. Strike them, kill them. Isn't that something? So there he said, I want you, though, to start in the temple first. Killed all the 70 leaders that were there. Killed the 25 who were worshiping the sun. He killed everyone who did not have the mark. Yeah. So then the glory of God also appeared at that time as well. And, you guys already know what the glory of God looks like. Well, if you read the way Ezekiel said he looked, you didn't think that way. But again, with the wings, the 4 different faces, where one looked like one face like an ox, one like a human, a lion, an eagle. There's one being, but there's, I believe, 6 of them. And they had the wings, they had the wheels, the whirling wheels. Yeah. And at one point, God told the man in linen, once he was done, once the man in linen was done with the mark, God had him to place his hand in one of the whirling wheels and to remove some burning coals and just scatter them over the city. He had one of the angels, the seraphims, to give him more coals and just do whatever God wanted him to do with those hot burning coals. This is what is going on in the spiritual world. Remember, Ezekiel is seeing this in a vision. God took him away in the spirit. Ezekiel himself is actually in Babylonia. And God had come to him in a spirit and had him to be raised in spirit to go to Jerusalem to witness all of this. So yeah, the 25. Get this, the 25 men, this is the crazy part. 25 prominent men. God addresses what they were about. He tells Ezekiel they have no idea that I know what they're thinking. They're about to do some crazy stuff, basically. He says, I know what they're about to do. I know what they're thinking. He says that they are murderers and the streets are filled with death because of them. And so this thing, as Ezekiel is delivering this message about them, one of them dropped dead. Ezekiel takes this pretty hard when he sees what's going on. Lord, are you going to kill everybody? Well, Ezekiel, you know what's up. You know what's up. You know what they've been doing. And so get this. God gives Ezekiel another message, and he tells them that remember, a lot of people are in exile right now in Babylon. And so he tells Ezekiel that the people are saying, the ones who are still in the land of Israel in the land of Judah, they're saying, okay, they're gone, so what we'll do is we'll take their land. Well, God tells Ezekiel, tell them, don't worry about that. You guys are going to get your lands back. And when you get your lands back, you're going to remove all the detestable idols and images. You guys are going to have a singleness of heart. You guys are going to be more obedient, obeying the rules and regulations or decrees that I've given you. You're going to be my people, and I'm going to be your God. So Ezekiel, once that all that is done, he goes and God takes him back to his spirit back to him, and Ezekiel tells the exile everything that God had shown him, and he delivers that message as well. So get this, God addressed Ezekiel again, and he told him that you are really among some rebellious people. They have eyes they don't see, they have ears they don't hear. They are a rebellious group. So what God tells Ezekiel to do is to pretend that you are under siege. And he tells Ezekiel, and Ezekiel does it, get a backpack, pack like you're about to be carried away in exile. I want you to climb, create a hole in your wall, and I want you to go outside that wall. I want you to do all these things he told Ezekiel to do to act like he's under siege. And so once he says, I want you to make sure they see you when you do this. And he tells them, he says, I want you to give this message. And it's about Zedekiah, and let them know that Babylon is going to be under siege. King Zedekiah is going to try and escape. He's going to create a hole in the wall, and then he's going to try to escape. I'm going to cast a net over him, which means he's going to be captured which we already know, by the Babylonians, and he's going to be brought to Babylon. He's going to be brought to Babylon, but he won't be able to see Babylon. But we already know that Zedekiah's eyes was gouged. And he tells him that this is definitely going to happen. Remember, this is during a time, remember when Zedekiah was king, Joachim was king first. Babylon took him, so they placed Zedekiah king over Judah. And so, yes, Ezekiel went around that time in Babylon the same time as Jehoiachin. So Zedekiah has been ruling all this time, but now comes a time where Zedekiah is going to be taken as well. And we read that already in the previous book in Jeremiah. But then again, different prophets, different things going on around this time. So God is now showing us what he told Ezekiel. Remember, we went over what he told Jeremiah before. Now he's showing us what he told Ezekiel. And Ezekiel's doing a lot of stuff. He told Ezekiel, you're going to be used as a sign to the people. So a lot of times you see where he allowed Ezekiel to demonstrate and do these things that makes him look kind of weird. But then he always have a message from God to say what they mean. You know what I like about the situation when you think about it? Visuals. With visuals, we seem to grasp it easier, better, understand it and retain it. And that's what God has given them with Ezekiel, visuals along with the messages. And so God also brings out a point where he says, you guys, they've been talking about this old proverb. The old proverb says that the messages, the prophecies go out and they never get fulfilled. Well, God said that time is has ended. The prophecy, every prophecy will be fulfilled. No more false visions, no more flattering predictions, no more delays. I will do everything I have threatened. The new proverb. Yeah, that's the new Proverbs. So yeah, they were quoting that for some time, I guess, saying all these predictions. That's how we are, guys. If we don't have instant repercussions, we just keep on doing us. And it might be wrong. We just keep doing us. If there's no instant repercussions, that's just how we are. And so God has said that time is ended, and I will do everything I threatened. But guys, there's a lot. Again, I love the fact that God is showing us so much in his word about what happened around that time, the type of God he is, the merciful God he is, and how he keeps trying so hard to get us to see him, to know him, to understand him, to be obedient to him. Yeah. So there you guys have it, day number 244, Ezekiel chapter 9 through chapter 12. You have a God-filled blessed day.